Unfortunately, this kind of self-talk is not uncommon. It often happens quickly and people don't even realize that they're doing it. And I was working with a client one time and I asked him how his week went. I only worked out twice. I know you're a bit disappointed that you didn't exercise as many times as you wanted to, but how many times would you have exercised 2 months ago? Probably would have been zero. Right. You didn't have a perfect week, but it was a better week than you would have had 2 months ago. I guess you're right. I know the week wasn't perfect, but you don't have to be so hard on yourself. What I would say is let's take a step back and look at the days where you did manage to be active or you were as active as you wanted to be and try to apply the things that you did on that day to the other days of the week to see if you can be a little bit more consistent. I can do that. I think if it's something that I like to do, I'm much more likely to do it. Perfect. Let's schedule those activities out. One of the biggest contributing factors to negative self talk is when our actions don't meet our expectations. Now, having expectations of being further ahead or somewhere different or doing something better are really important. And comparing yourself to those goals or those ideals is really important too because you want to make sure you're making progress towards them. The problem is that most people tend to focus on only where they are in absolute terms compared to that ideal or that goal. And they don't take a second to step back and look at where they were in the past. Because if you can compare yourself to your past self instead of constantly against your ideal, then you can be a little bit gentler on yourself and you can take a minute to see your progress and understand your progress as you move towards that ideal, which I find is a kinder and gentler way to move towards a goal instead of constantly berating yourself for just not being good enough.